Minister Nakayama, welcome to WION.
Thank you very much, Palki-san. I'm from Tokyo, and thank you very much for inviting me.
Japan has been in the headlines, sir, for its record defense budget hike to $52 billion. Why did your country feel the need for such a hike?
Yes. As you know, this 21st century, compared to 20th century, we used to have lots of threat and concern and, the Cold War frictions at that time. And now the century has been changed and the environment has been changed. Our neighbor country, if you look at the North Korea, they already created nuclear warheads. And also, how about the China? Now they are expanding their naval capability, especially, and they are expanding towards the Pacific Oceans, which means they across our land and territory. So we have sometimes fear, personally, from Chinese PLA naval activities. And this year, there is a COVID-19. Sometimes people said it's a Wuhan virus, but this virus actually came from Wuhan, China. And the COVID-19 expands all over the world immediately, including Japan and India also. And we have to also prepare for those kind of new biochemical and also virus threat. And how should we keep those, the social welfare and also public sanitary systems for protecting the people's lives and health? That is also we have to think about the budget issue, I guess.
You spoke about the threat from China. Do you believe that the Wuhan virus is indeed a bioweapon, that it was created in a laboratory, or was it a natural outbreak?
There is lots of stories, and there is lots of explanation, or the the professional doctor's view. But I personally think, and also as a Japanese government, I don't think it's a man-made or not. But we have to watch carefully, even it's a man-made or not.
The World Health Organization will start an investigation into the origin of the Wuhan virus next month. What are your expectations from it? Do you believe it will be a fair probe, given the fact that this global agency has been accused of being influenced by Beijing on more occasions than one?
It's a very difficult issue, but I believe in God, and I hope that God will make a decision, and that God will watch whatever there is evidence or not. And people who are going to investigate or research about that issue, I hope that people who is going to do that hopefully be honest to the entire world, because even the WHO, Dr. Tedros, he pointed at Taiwan, and Taiwan is the problem from his point of view. And one of the students who studied in United Kingdom, she is the bright future medical doctor student, and she officially claimed and claimed to the Dr. Tedros about this issue on YouTube. But Dr. Tedros still didn't respond to this Taiwanese medical student, about her questions. And I think that Taiwan is the number one country who did protect the country from the Wuhan virus, I mean the COVID-19. And so even it is man-made or not, even the investigation is going forward or not, I think the Chinese government and also WHO have to explain what's going on to the people of the world. And we would like to know what is the real situation going on from the original point of the virus.
Minister Nakayama, how do you see China's military provocations on the border with India?
We, the Japan, would like to say both countries should try to, to make a friction temperature to become lower, and hopefully one day shake hand each other, and hopefully to make effort to to make a peace between the two countries' border. But on the other hand, I know it's very tough and difficult, and we, the Japan, also have lots of fear from the Chinese military activities. So I can understand Indians' feelings towards those matters.
Right, like you said, China claims the Senkaku Islands that you say belong to Japan. Similarly, China also wrongly stakes claim on parts of Ladakh and Arunachal Pradesh that belong to India. It does not follow international law when it comes to the South China Sea. What can global bodies like the United Nations, for instance, do to hold China accountable then?
Yes, exactly. But unfortunately, P5, China is a P5. Yes, so if something, the problems for them, problems for China issue raise up in United Nations, I think they can, against it. So if the United Nations try to do what Ms. Palki said, it is very difficult to raise up the issue in the United Nations. But, now you told about Indians' fear or concern. We, the Japan, has a mutual concern as your country. So why don't we make more friends, or, the country who has a mutual fear or threat or concern get together and appeal to the another countries, and then they can get understands more about those issues. So we need a challenge to the world for the future. We are a democratic country. India also democratic country. The United States of America democratic country. Those countries and Australia also. We understand about how important the democratic system and the free and open Indo-Pacific concept is very important. So a country who can understand this concept, any country can join. And I know personally India's position, but I personally request India should more, commit to protect free and open Indo-Pacific. We want India. We want strong India, and we want India. India is, the Asian's gravity point. India is very important because you surrounded by your own fear or concern. So, but your country is most important freedom country and nation, and we have a lot of sympathy. If Japan, India, Australia, United States together, the good synergy will come up to our, future. So we love India, and we want Indians more commitment towards Quad.
Japan has seen a leadership transition recently, and very soon the US too will have a new president in office. What bearing, if any, according to you, will this have on bilateral relations between Tokyo and Washington? And what are your expectations from the Biden administration?
Well, I have one question to next president elect, Mr. Joe Biden. When the Assad in Syria, when he used biochemical weapon towards their nationals, at that time President Obama was in White House, and he set the red line for Assad regime. But actually, unfortunately, Assad used biochemical weapons towards the people of Syria. But White House didn't respond it, didn't react. And I was very sad because the political leader used biochemical weapons towards their own people. This is crazy. And the United States, I personally think, should respond at that time, but actually didn't. Time has been changed, even within 5 years. But if the China going to challenge towards the Taiwan issue, I think the next red line is going to become China and also Taiwan border. This border is going to become another red line, which White House should think about. And my question to Mr. Joe Biden, President-elect, is what is his policy? What is your policy towards Taiwan issue? Compared to, I'm not comparing with Donald Trump president, but I would like to know how the next president-elect will going to make a policy towards Taiwan. Means what is his policy towards China? It's equal. So that is my, the focusing on, yes.
Minister Nakayama, it was good to speak to you. Thank you very much for joining us here on WION.
No, thank you very much.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.